that mock scores stopped going up despite of giving multiple mocks? If yes, do not worry, do not panic, because in this video, we are exactly going to decode what to do if your score hits a plateau. So we are going to discuss the breakthrough, and don't worry, you're not alone in this. Hi guys, I'm Apurva, ex-McKinsey now at Google, but I was exactly in the same shoes as yours, figuring out the exams, figuring out the strategies, preparing for the worst and aiming for the best, and eventually ending up in an iron classroom. So in this video, we are going to decode what to do if your mock scores have stopped improving. And remember, it is very important to understand that it is not about your ability here. It is not about your search. It is about your approach. But before understanding about what and how of this, I would want to highlight the specific part that, being on a plateau doesn't mean that you are stuck. What it means is that you are halfway past the mountain. Okay, so since you are halfway past the mountain, it is a sign of progress. It does mean that you have maybe already mastered the basics, or probably you have already understood how to crack the easy questions. So do not worry on that. Firstly, decode what are the hidden reasons behind these plateau. These reasons can either be A, maybe you have a weak mindset in the exam. The timed set, the entire pressure of the exam, chaos. This is something that messes with the logic. This is something that messes with your mindset of attempting the exam. This can be one of the reasons. Alright, the next reason is that you are giving multiple mocks, but you are not analyzing them. Essentially, there is a lack of focused analysis. So, maybe you're giving mocks, but you are not spending, say, double the time in analyzing it. You are not using those mocks as a secret weapon to mine out insights out of it, right? Thus, it is extremely important that after every mock, you sit down and analyze. In one of the videos, I have highlighted the analyze framework. I would put that in the description below so that you can go and watch that. And exactly, make sure to leverage that framework or even any other framework that works best for you for the analysis of the mock, because analysis is the real gold mine. So that lack of focused analysis is also maybe, a byproduct of you not enjoying the process of that analysis. So make sure that, maybe sit down and chalk it down that what were the 5 questions that were easy but I skipped. Second, you can think of what were the topics that were a wastage of time for me. Then next is the questions that I misinterpreted. The questions that could have been attempted as a right choice, but I could not understand them properly, right? So these are the things that you should keep writing it down so that you actually understand what is the meaning of a certain question and your analysis is foolproof. The last reason can be over practice and under reflection. Now this can be a sister term to the second point that I mentioned, but essentially you should understand that quantity is not equal to improvement in your mock scores or your preparation. Okay, what you need to understand is that after giving 5 mocks, sit down and analyze that what are the patterns that I am seeing in multiple mocks. These are the patterns that I am observing. After another set of 5 mocks, sit with your set of patterns. Then you can also do that, suppose for example with DILR. You did 20 sets then identify those patterns. Alright, so the hidden reasons behind your mock scores hitting that plateau or your mock scores not improving can be majorly threefolds. A, weak test day mindset, then B, lack of focused analysis, and last but not the least, that quantity not equal to improvement kind of a thing. You understand that, right? Which means over practice under reflection. Now let's talk about how do you break that plateau. In order to break that plateau and improve your mock scores, you can follow some of the following steps. Okay, the first step is to narrow your battle zone. What it means is that pick one section. Say VARC for example. Suppose for example you have an accuracy of 60% at VARC right now. Try to improve that accuracy to a 70% in the next 2 weeks. Alright, so pick a section and chase that. What happens when you narrow your focus? You actually channelize your efforts in improving a particular section and you get faster results. So make sure that you also celebrate those small wins. Next step for our breaking the plateau segment is the post-mortem analysis. You know what toppers do after giving a mock? They don't just see the score and they run away. No, they don't do that. They sit with the mock analysis like a detective on a crime scene, analyzing each and every detail, investigating it further, chalking it down. So this is exactly what you have to do. Okay, make sure that you have that deep focused analysis, and I keep talking about it multiple times, that analysis is the real gold mine. The quantity of mocks doesn't matter, but the quality of mocks and followed by a rich analysis is what takes you forward. So it's very important that you do that post-mortem analysis. Supplement that analysis with, say, always write down that what are those 3 silly mistakes that I did. Chalk it down. What are the 3 luck by chance attempt? Questions that you got right by luck or a fluke. Also write down what were the 3 time traps. इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा time लगा मुझे, नहीं लगना चाहिए था. So chalk these things out. This would be very helpful. Essentially, after doing the 2 things, which is narrowing your focus, narrowing the battle zone, and that deep focused analysis, make sure the third step is to take a chill mock. What does a chill mock mean? After say 4 or 5 mocks, you can take one of the mocks that you took, say a week ago or so, once again. But this time you don't do it with a timer on your head with that clock ticking, or don't do it in a proctored environment as well. Just sit with it, relax, okay? Just chill, relax, try to solve it at your own pace. And this is actually statistics that I've observed with multiple people, is that in this format, they get to see an improvement of about 20 to 30% in their mock scores. So this time you are just trying to train your mindset. So this is the third step that you should do. One very common question is that how much time does it take to break the plateau? So what is that transformative timeline? So well, there is no strict or ideal answer for this transformative timeline, but for the sake of answering, I'll give you an answer, which is that generally people are able to break the plateau in about 2 to 3 weeks. But this should definitely not be taken as a sacrosanct truth. This is actually powered by very high focused analysis. So intentional analysis and focused work are enough. Don't overhaul everything, okay? Just keep the feedback loop alive and your scores would improve. So my dear CAT aspirants, if you're stuck with your mock scores, do not worry, do not panic. You are not behind, you are just at an inflection point. And this inflection point is very important. So don't rush, keep refining. And if this helped, drop a comment about your current score range and I will share a custom tip for your next jump. The plateau isn't your wall, it's your launch pad. And let's face it together. See you in the next one and thanks for watching. May God paint the canvas of your life with the most beautiful colors. All the very best, my dear CAT aspirants.